Next problem 13. A car initially at rest picks up a velocity of 72 km per hour in 20 seconds. If the mass of the car is 100 kg, find the force developed by its engine and distance covered by the car. So, car initially at rest picks up a velocity of 72 kmph. Since the car is initially at rest, initial velocity is 0 and it picks up a velocity v 72 kmph. So, this is the final velocity and this is in kilometer per hour, it should be converted into meter per second. So, conversion factor is 72 kmph is converted into meter per second by multiplying with 5 by 18 meter per second. To convert to kmph, kilometer per hour. So, 5 by 18 is the multiplication factor. Then when this is multiplied with 5 by 18, kmph is converted into meter per second. So, this is 18 force. So, 4 into 5 is 20. So, 20 meter per second. This is the final velocity and it takes place in a time of 20 seconds. So, car initially at rest picks up a velocity of 72 kmph in a time of 20 seconds. So, time taken is 20 seconds, final velocity is 20 meter per second, initial velocity is 0 and we have to calculate the force exerted by the engine. Force means ma. So, here we have to calculate acceleration. If you know acceleration, then you can calculate force. So, to find the acceleration, we use this data. So, here initial velocity 0, final velocity, time taken and we have to calculate acceleration. Which formula? We can use the formula v is equal to u plus at. So, here v is 20. So, 20 is equal to u is 0 plus a we have to calculate, then a into t, time is 20. So, 20a is equal to 20, then a is equal to 20 by 20 which is 1 meter per second square. So, this is the acceleration. So, in this way we have to calculate acceleration first, then by substituting acceleration in this formula, then you get force exerted by the engine. So, here mass is given as 100 kg. So, here mass is given as 100 kg. Then force exerted by the engine F is equal to ma, m is equal to 100 into acceleration is 1. So, 100 into 1. So, F is equal to 100 Newton. This is the force exerted by the or force developed by the engine. This is the first part. In the second part, we have to calculate distance covered by the car. Distance, that is S. So, to find the distance covered during a time of 20 seconds, we can use the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So, distance covered S is equal to u, initial velocity is 0 here. So, this is 0 plus half, acceleration is 1, then time is 20 square. So, S is equal to half into 20 square is 400, then this is 200. So, S is equal to 200 meter. So, distance covered by the car is 200 meter. So, in this way, since the car is initially at rest, initial velocity is 0 and it picks up a velocity of 72 kmph, that is the final velocity. And this kmph should be converted into meter per second. For this, the multiplication factor is 5 by 18. So, final velocity is 20 meter per second and this final velocity takes place in a time of 20 seconds. So, time taken here is 20 seconds. Using this data, we have to calculate acceleration first. So, for this we use the formula v is equal to u plus at. So, by substituting all the values, we get the acceleration as 1 meter per second square. And here mass of the engine is given as 100 kg, mass of the car is given as 100 kg. So, force developed in the engine is F is equal to ma. So, F is equal to ma 100 kg into 1, that is 100 Newton. Second part, distance covered. Distance covered is s equal to ut plus half h square. So you get 200 meter. Next 14th problem. A car of mass 800 kg moving at 54 kmph is brought to rest over a distance of 15 meter. Find the retarding force developed by the brakes of the car. So here a car of mass 800 kg. So mass of car is 800 kg and it is moving at 54 kmph. So initial velocity is given as 54 kmph and this should be converted into meter per second. So multiplication factor is 5 by 18, 5 by 18, 18 3 times. So this is 15 meter per second. So this is the initial velocity of the car and it is brought to rest. So brought to rest means finally comes to a stop. That means final velocity is 0 and brought to rest over a distance of 15 meter. So this is the situation. Finally it comes to a stop after traveling through a distance of 15 meter. So initially it is moving with a speed or velocity of 54 kmph, that is 15 meter per second. It is brought to rest after traveling a distance of 15 meter. So brought to rest means final velocity is 0. So in this journey, initial velocity, final velocity is 0, distance traveled is 15 meter. Okay. And here we have to calculate the retarding force developed by the car, retarding force, opposing force, because here the car is going to brought to be stopped. So a retarding force is applied. So retarding force means F is equal to ma. We have to calculate this. For this you must know the acceleration. So using this data you find the acceleration. So acceleration, we can use the formula v square minus u square is equal to 2as, because here s is given as 15 meter. So we have to use this formula using v square minus u square equal to 2as. So here v is 0, 0 square minus u is 15, 15 square, this is equal to 2a into s is 15 meter, s is 15 meter. So minus 225, this is 15 square, 15 square is 225. So minus 225 is equal to 2 into 15, that is 30 into a. So a is equal to minus 225 by 30. So this is equal to minus 15 by 2, 15 2 times 15 15s. So minus 15 by 2. So this is minus 7.5 meter per second square. So here acceleration is minus 7.5 meter per second square, that is retardation. Acceleration is negative, negative acceleration is called retardation. So we got retardation as 7.5. Then retarding force F is equal to, retarding force F is equal to ma. Here what is the mass of the car? Mass of the car is given as 800 kg. So 800 into retardation retardation is 7.5. So this is negative acceleration which is called retardation. Retardation is produced by retarding force. So F is equal to 800 into 7.5. So this is 750 into 8. So this is equal to 800, 8540 and 87 54 56 56 plus 4 60 6000 Newton. So this is the retarding force. So retarding force is equal to 6000 Newton. 6000 Newton. So this is retarding force developed by the brakes of the car. Brakes of the car. So here instead of time it is given distance through which or distance in which the car is brought to stop. Then we have to use the formula v square minus u square equal to 2as to find the acceleration. Then you get acceleration as minus 7.5 acceleration is negative, which means this is retardation. Retardation is produced by retarding force. So retarding force is equal to mass of the car into retardation. So 800 into 7.5. So F is 6000 Newton. Next 15th problem. A bullet of mass 30 gram and moving with a velocity of x hits a wooden target with a force of 187.5 Newton. If the bullet penetrates 80 centimeter, find the value of x. So here bullet of mass 30 gram is moving with a velocity of x, hits a wooden target with a force of 187.5 Newton. So this is the wooden target. And this is the bullet of mass 30 gram. It is moving with a velocity of x. This is x. Then when it strikes the wooden block, an opposing force acts on the bullet. Because of this opposition, its velocity gradually decreases. Finally, it is going to be stopped through certain distance. So this is the situation. So here velocity of the bullet decreases from this point and finally becomes 0. So this is the initial point of the bullet and this is the final point. So at this initial point, initial velocity is x, that is given as x. We have to calculate this x. And final velocity is 0 because finally it is stopped. After traveling through, after penetration of 80 centimeter, after penetration of 80 centimeter, the bullet is going to be stopped. And here the opposing force, retarding force, which stops the bullet, is given as 187.5 Newton. So this much of a force opposes the bullet motion. Because of this opposing force, the bullet finally stops after traveling or after penetrating through a distance of 80 centimeter inside the wooden block. So this is the initial point of the journey, this is the final point. So initial velocity is x, which is to be calculated, and final velocity is 0 here after traveling a distance of 80 centimeter. So S is 80 centimeter and force is given as 187.5 Newton. But we know that F is equal to ma, this is equal to 187.5. From this you can calculate acceleration. Of course, this is the opposing force, retarding force, then we get retardation. So A is equal to 187.5 by 30. But here 30 is gram, in grams. So it should be converted into kilogram. So 30 gram is equal to 30 into 1 gram means 10 power minus 3 kg. 10 power minus 3 kg. So here this is 30 into 10 power minus 3. So A is equal to 187.5 by this is 3 into 10 power minus 2. Hence we get 187.50 by 3, because this 10 power minus 2 becomes 10 power plus 2 upon going to the numerator. 10 power minus 2 becomes 10 power plus 2. So 10 power plus 2 means 50. So this is equal to 3 6 times, then 3 2 times 15350. So 6250 meter per second square. This is the retardation produced because this is the retarding force, opposing force. Then we get retardation, negative acceleration. Retardation A as 6250 meter per second square. Now we have to calculate the initial velocity of the bullet. So we have to use the formula which involves initial velocity, final velocity, distance and acceleration. Then we can use using which formula? V square minus U square equal to 2AS. This is the formula to be used. So here V is 0 because finally it is going to be stopped. So 0 minus U is x square. This is equal to 2, here A is 6250, but this A is a retardation. Retardation means negative acceleration. So here we have to use minus 6250 into S. S is 80 centimeter. 80 centimeter means 0.8 meter. The centimeter should be converted into meter. So 80 centimeter means 80 into 10 power minus 2, that is 0.8 meter. So this is 0.8, 0.8. Yes. So minus x square is equal to this minus 2 into this 0 and point cancels. So this is 625 into 8. Minus cancel, then x is equal to root of 2 into 8, 16 into 625. So 16 when comes out from the root, it is 4 into 625. Square root of 625 is 25. Square root of 625 is 25. So 25 into 4, which is 100 meter per second, because this is velocity. So initial velocity is 100 meter per second. So we have to calculate initial velocity, which is represented by x, and finally the bullet is going to be stopped after traveling or after penetrating through a distance of 80 centimeter. So here S is 80 centimeter, that is 0.8 meter. Finally, because it is going to be stopped, it stops. Final velocity is 0. And retarding force is given, opposing force is given as 187.5 Newton. But we know that F is equal to ma. From this we can calculate acceleration. A is equal to 6250 meter per second square. Because this is the retarding force which stops the bullet, which opposes the motion of the bullet, we get retardation, negative acceleration. A is retardation. So here A should be taken as negative. Then substituting in this formula, you get x, initial velocity, as 100 meter per second. Next, 16th problem. A 8000 kg engine pulls a train of 5 wagons, each of 2000 kg, along a horizontal track. If the engine exerts a force of 4000 Newton and the track offers a frictional force of 5000 Newton, then calculate the net accelerating force, the acceleration of the train, and the force of wagon 1 on wagon 2. Force of wagon 1 on wagon 2. So this is train with wagons. There are 5 wagons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the engine, like this. This is engine. This is first wagon, second wagon, third, 4, 5. Generally these wagons are connected by some small rod like this. And here mass of the engine is 8000 kg. Mass of each wagon is 2000 kg. Then mass of engine plus wagons is 8000 plus 5 into 2000. This is the total mass of the train. So M is equal to 8000 plus this is 10,000. So M is equal to 18,000 kg. This is the mass of the train, that is engine plus wagons. Now here the engine exerts a force of 40,000 Newton. So this engine exerts a force of 40,000 Newton. 40,000 Newton. And this track, this is the track on which the train moves. This track offers a frictional force. Frictional force is the opposing force. Frictional force always opposes the relative motion of the bodies. So since this is moving like this, the frictional force will be opposite to the direction of motion. So the frictional force here is 5000 Newton. So this is 5000 Newton. Hence, net force here F net is equal to, net force equal to, forward force is 4000, that is 40,000. Forward force is 40,000 Newton, that is force exerted by the engine 40,000 minus frictional force is 5000 Newton. So net force acting on the train, net force acting on the train is equal to 35,000 Newton. So this is 35,000. Because of this 35,000 Newton, the train, that is engine plus wagons, they are moving and acceleration is produced in the system. So from Newton's second law you can write this as ma. Therefore acceleration produced here is A is equal to net force which causes the motion by mass, total mass of the system. So this is equal to 35,000 divided by mass. Total mass is here 18,000. 18,000. So this is 35 by 18 meter per second square. This is the acceleration produced in the system. Accelerating force is 35,000 Newton. This is the net force acting on the system which causes acceleration. Hence, net accelerating force is 35,000 Newton. Force exerted by the engine is 40,000 Newton, but here frictional force is acting which opposes the acceleration or which opposes the motion. So this is frictional force is given as 5,000 Newton. Hence, net accelerating force is force exerted by the engine minus frictional force, that is 35,000 Newton. So that is the net accelerating force. So this causes acceleration in the system. Hence, from Newton's second law you can write net force is equal to mass into acceleration of the system. So acceleration is equal to net force by total mass, that is 35,000 by 18,000, that is 35 by 18 meter per second square. This is the acceleration produced in the system, that is acceleration of the train. And we have to calculate force of wagon 1 on wagon 2. So this is the wagon 1 and it exerts a force on wagon 2 like this. So we have to calculate force exerted by wagon 1 on wagon 2. So here the net force acting on the system is 35,000 Newton. And this 35,000 Newton is exerted by the engine on the wagons. 35,000 Newton is the force acting on the wagons by this engine. So this 35,000 is distributed among these 5 wagons. Hence, this wagon 1 exerts a force on wagon 2 of 35,000 minus 7,000, because this 35,000 Newton is distributed in 5 segments. 5 segments. Hence, we can calculate or the force exerted by wagon 1 on wagon 2 is nothing but F12 or F21. F21 is the force acting on wagon 2 by wagon 1. This is equal to, since this 35,000 Newton is distributed among 5 wagons, 35,000 by 5, 35,000 by 5, 7 times. So 7,000 Newton. So 7,000. So here on wagon 5, that is last wagon, on the last wagon a force of 7,000 will be acting. On wagon 4, a force of 7 into 2, 14,000 Newton will be acting. On wagon 3, a force of 7 into 3, 7,000 into 3, 21,000 Newton will be acting. On 2, a force of 7,000 into 4 times, that is 7,000 into 4 times. 28,000 Newton will be acting on wagon 2 by wagon 1. So this is force acting on wagon 2 by wagon 1, 28,000 Newton. An automatic vehicle has a mass of 1500 kg. What must be the force between the vehicle and the road if the vehicle is to be stopped with a negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square? So here automatic vehicle has a mass of 1500 kg. Mass of the vehicle is 1500 kg, and it is what must be the vehicle and road if the vehicle is to be stopped with a negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square. So here finally the vehicle is stopped, and for this the negative acceleration A is equal to 1.7 meter per second square. What force must be acting between the vehicle and the road to stop it? So F is equal to simply MA, 1500 into 1.7. This is 150 into 17, 0, 85, 17, 117, 17 in 8, 25. So 2550 Newton. This is the retarding force that will be applied to stop the vehicle with a negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square. So mass of vehicle is given as 1500 kg, and we have to calculate the force required to stop it with a negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square. So acceleration is given as 1.7, and we have to calculate the force. So F is equal to MA. So using that we can calculate simply the force that should be applied. Next, 18th problem. Two objects each of mass 1.5 kg are moving in the straight line but in opposite directions. The velocity of each object is 2.5 meter per second before the collision, during which they stick together. What will be the velocity of the combined objects after collision? So this is a problem related to collisions. So in the case of collisions, law of conservation of momentum is followed. So if this is the body which is moving with a velocity of u1, and this is another body which is moving with a velocity of u2, they are subjected to collision like this. During collision they stick together, and in the case of inelastic collision they move with a common velocity after the collision. So this is before collision and this is after collision. In the case of inelastic collision, the two bodies they stick together and move with a common velocity after collision. So in this process the law of conservation of linear momentum is followed. That means total momentum of the two bodies before collision is equal to total momentum of the two bodies after collision. So momentum of this body is m1 u1 if m1 is mass of this body. Momentum of this body is m2 u2. Total momentum means plus. So m1 u1 plus m2 u2, this is the total momentum before collision. This should be equals to the total momentum after collision. Total momentum after collision means m1v plus m2v, because v is the common velocity, because when they are stick together they move with a common velocity, say v. So this is the situation, and here masses of the bodies are given as 1.5 kg. So m1 is equal to m2 is equal to 1.5 kg, and velocity of the first body, velocity of each body is, each object is 2.5 meter. So 2.5 meter per second, but here the two bodies move in opposite directions. One body is moving like this, then another body is moving like this. So if you take the velocity of the first body as positive u1, then velocity of the second body is negative. So u1 is 2.5, then u2 is minus 2.5. Magnitude of the velocities are same. Magnitudes of the velocities are same, but they move in opposite directions before collision. Hence, if you take the velocity of the first body as positive, velocity of the second body should be negative, like this. And we have to calculate the common velocity, that is v. So by substituting the values, you can write m1 plus m2 into v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So here m1 and m2 are same, 1.5 kg. So this is 1.5 plus 1.5 into v is equal to, and here this m1 is m1 u1, 1.5 u1 is 2.5 minus 1.5 into 2.5, because u2 is negative. So this is 0, 1.5 into 2.5 minus 1.5 into 2.5, same, 0. Then v is equal to 0. That means after collision they simply stay at rest, since they are moving with same velocity in opposite directions and having the same mass. After collision they simply going to be stopped. 0, that is the common velocity. That means the two bodies stick together and finally stops. Velocity, common velocity is 0.